Hi students, in the previous module we have checked methods to determine order of reaction. We have seen initial rate or Van 't Hoff differential method, graphical method or half-life method. Today let us discuss about second order reactions at first. Now let us see what is meant by second order reaction. Second order reaction will have the rate of reaction influenced by concentration of two reactant molecules. That is, sum of powers of concentration terms must be equal to 2. Then it is considered to be second order reaction. That is, it is of two kinds of second order reaction. One is 2A gives rise to products. This is also considered to be a second order reaction. Another is A plus B gives rise to products, and when its initial concentrations are different. Here it would have same initial concentration. A plus B gives rise to products means it would be started with different initial concentrations. Now let us check this. First we will check one by one. 2A gives rise to products. Let us consider its initial concentration. Let us consider it as A. Concentration at an instant. Suppose an X amount has reacted. Then concentration at an instant would be A minus X. dx by dt, that is rate of reaction, actually must be equal to rate constant of second order reaction into A minus X to the power of 2, because here we have 2A as it is second order reaction. Now this can be written as dx by A minus X the whole square is equal to K2 dt. Taking integration on both sides as we have derived for nth order reaction, there itself we have checked that what will be the second order rate equation. What is nth order rate equation? Do you remember that? Kn, rate constant of nth order, is equal to 1 by T into n minus 1 into 1 by A minus X to the power of n minus 1 minus 1 by A power n minus 1. Do you remember that we have derived this in the previous modules itself? Now in this, if you keep n equal to 2, you will get the rate equation of this kind of second order reactions. Now if you keep n equal to 2, what we will get? Rate constant of second order reaction 1 by T into 2 minus 1. What is 2 minus 1? 1. 1 by T into 1 by A minus X to the power of 2 minus 1 minus 1 by A. This is rate equation of second order reaction. We have derived this nth order rate equation in the previous module itself, and how to check the rate equation of this kind of second order reactions we have checked already. What is its rate equation? Can be written as K2 equal to 1 by T into 1 by A minus X minus 1 by A. This is rate equation of second order reaction. Or it could also be written as K2 is equal to, here 1 by T into, taking LCM, A minus X by A into A minus X if you take the LCM. Then what we can write this rate equation as? K2 is equal to 1 by T. You can observe here that A minus A becomes 0. Minus of minus X becomes plus X. So X by A into A minus X. You can put this also as a second order rate equation. So K2 is equal to 1 by T X by A into A minus X can also be considered as a second order rate equation. Now what all are second order rate equations? What is its representation? K2 is equal to 1 by T into 1 by a minus x minus 1 by a. These derivations we have checked in previous module itself. If you take the LCM of it, what you will get actually K2 is equal to 1 by t into x by a into a minus x. Now, from this, let us derive t half and t3 by 4 for this kind of reaction. At t half, what is meant by t half? As we have checked already, half of the reaction is completed. In the sense, x must be equal to a by 2. Similarly, what is remaining amount? If half is completed, remaining amount is also a by 2. So, a minus x is also equal to a by 2. Then, at t half, what is the equation we will get actually? T half is equal to 1 by K2 into, in place of x, what we have to substitute? What is the equation we have got already? K2 is equal to T 1 by T into x by a into a minus x. This is the rate equation of second order reaction we have got. In the place of t, if you keep t half is equal to 1 by K2. In place of x, what we are going to write? A by 2 by a into, what is a minus x? A by 2. So, a by 2 gets cancelled. When a by 2 gets cancelled, what we will get? T half is equal to 1 by K2a. So, T half for a second order reaction is 1 by K2a. Now, let us see at T3 by 4. We want to know the relation between T3 by 4 and T half also, and how to calculate T 75% or T3 by 4. What is meant by T3 by 4? 75% of the reaction is completed. What is remaining percentage? 25%. At T3 by 4, x must be equal to, reacted amount is 3 by 4th of a. A minus x must be equal to 1 by 4th of a is the remaining amount. Now, what is second order rate equation? K2 is equal to 1 by t x by a into a minus x. Now, substitute in this. Instead of t, if we put t3 by 4, t3 by 4 is equal to 1 by K2 into x can be written as 3 by 4th of a by a into a minus x could be written as a by 4. Here, a and 4 gets cancelled. When this gets cancelled, what is remaining? T3 by 4 is equal to 1 by K2 into, now 3 by a is remaining if you cancel the remaining things. So, T3 by 4 must be equal to 3 by a K2. This must be equal to 3 times of T half. So, for a second order reaction, T3 by 4 must be equal to 3 times of T half will be the correct equation. That is, for first order equation, what we got actually? For a first order reaction, T3 by 4 is equal to 2 times of T half. For a zero order reaction, what we got? T3 by 4 is equal to 3 by 2 times of T half. But for a second order reaction, T3 by 4 must be equal to 3 times of T half. Remember, if they have given in terms of numerical values or a expression that 75% of the reaction is completed in 30 minutes and T half of that reaction is 10 minutes if they have mentioned. That is, 3 times of T half has become T3 by 4 in that information. Remember the information what we have said carefully? T3 by 4 is 30 minutes and T half of such reaction is 10 minutes. What is relation between T3 by 4 and T half there? T3 by 4 is equal to 3 times of T half. In such condition, you have to remember that it is a second order reaction. Suppose if they have said that T3 by 4 is 30 minutes and T half is 15 minutes, then it is a first order reaction. Basing on the information given, we can easily identify what is the order of reaction. So remember, here T3 by 4 must be equal to thrice of T half for a second order reaction. Now, for a graph representation which we have seen in the previous module, of course, let us see how to write the second order rate equation. 1 by a minus x must be equal to k2t plus 1 by a. This can be taken as y equal to mx plus c form. What should be taken in y-axis? 1 by a minus x. What is slope? K2. What is x-axis? T. So in x-axis we need to take t. What is to be taken in y as y-intercept? 1 by a. Then the graph represents a second order reaction, as we have seen yesterday in graphical method also. Before also we have checked that. Anyway, what is to be taken in y-axis? 1 by a minus x, or it could be written as a minus x to the power of minus 1. You shouldn't get confused with it. Next, in x-axis t, what is the positive slope or negative slope? It should be having a positive slope. What is y-intercept here? Made on y-axis? 1 by a, or it could be asked as a inverse. What is slope? M is equal to k2. So this represents second order graph when 1 by a minus x is taken in y-axis and t is taken in x-axis. Slope must be equal to rate constant of second order and y-intercept must be 1 by a or a inverse. Now we have seen one kind of second order reaction, that is when it is 2a gives rise to products or a plus b gives rise to products starting with same initial concentration. If we have taken even a plus b gives rise to products starting with same initial concentration, we can take this rate equation as we have derived in the case of nth order equation. But if a reaction was given as a plus b gives rise to products, but it has started with different initial concentration, then how to take the second order rate equation? Let us say that if a reactant has started with initial concentration A, B reactant has started with initial concentration B. At an instant, concentration at an instant. What would be the concentration at an instant? For A, some x amount of A, if it has reacted, this becomes A minus x. 1 mole of A in the reaction ratio reacts with 1 mole of B. So this also would be B minus x. Then can we write dx by dt must be equal to k2 into what is concentration of A at that instant? A minus x. What is concentration of B at that instant? B minus x. So dx by dt must be equal to k2 into A minus x into B minus x. So normally if it has started with the two same initial concentrations, you can use nth order rate equation for this second order reaction. If it has started with the different initial concentrations, you have to derive it once again. So dx by dt is equal to k2 into A minus x into B minus x. Now let us see how to derive the rate equation of such kind of reactions. So dx by A minus x into B minus x is equal to k2 dt. Dx by A minus x into B minus x equal to k2 dt. Taking integrations on both sides. We know how to solve this RHS already. Number of times we have solved it. k2t plus c. Integration of dt is t plus c. Now let us see the integration of LHS side, how to solve it, and then we will put both the things together. Remember, this is integration on RHS side. We will solve separately integration on LHS side and we will equate the both to get the rate equation of second order reaction. Now, let us see the integration of this. Now, let us split this into partial fractions. To solve this, it is compulsory that you have to split it into partial fractions. Let us consider this as a 1 into dx by A minus x, B minus x. If you take an LCM, let us suppose it could be written as capital A by A minus x dx this can be separated like this. Plus capital B by B minus x dx. Now suppose you can check this. If you take an LCM, what you will get? This is equal to integral of, what is this LCM to be taken? A minus x into B minus x, A multiplied by, I hope so everyone knows how to take the LCM, B into A minus x dx. That is cross multiplying these two, we have taken the LCM. Now listen carefully. In this condition, let us see how to derive the rate equation of a second order reaction. Now compare this and this to what we will get here. Comparing this and this, check that A minus x, B minus x is same, dx is same, then which implies A into B minus x plus B into A minus x must be equal to 1. See, this term is 1 here. That only we have split it into partial fractions. It is a methodology. A into B minus x. Just you take the LCM of this, you will get this. But here what it is present? 1 dx. So in place of 1, what we have now? A into B minus x plus B into A minus x is equal to 1. Let us solve for the constants A and B. To solve for that constants, let us check at x equal to. When you consider x equal to A, what does that equation becomes? A into B minus A. In the place of x you are putting, A plus B into A minus A is equal to 1. So here you can check this, this term becomes 0. So A into B minus A is equal to 1. So which implies A must be equal to 1 by B minus A. So in this fraction, what is the term of A? To solve this, what is the term of constant A? We got 1 by B minus A. Remember that A, we have got that constant term as 1 by B minus A. If you substitute at x equal to A, suppose if we take the same equation, so by now you should have written all these terms in your notes. So you can check the continuity of that. Now here A is equal to 1 by B minus A. At x equal to B, if you substitute in the same equation, what is the equation we got? A into B minus x plus B into A minus x must be equal to 1 we got. Now at x equal to B, what we will get in place of x here? B. What we will get in the place of x here? B. So this term becomes 0 now. Can you observe that? This term becomes 0. So B into A minus B is equal to 1. So B is equal to 1 by A minus B. Now in that equation, to substitute the constants A and B, when we split it as a partial fraction, 1 dx by A minus x, B minus x could be written as integral A by A minus x dx plus integral B by B minus x dx. If you have splitted that, you can observe that capital A must be equal to 1 by B minus A. Capital B must be equal to 1 by A minus B. That's what we have got. Now let us substitute it in the original equation to get the integration of that. What is capital A must be equal to 1 by B minus A. What must be capital B must be equal to 1 by A minus B. What we have written that integral of dx by A minus x, B minus x could be written as integral of capital A by A minus x dx plus integral of capital B by B minus x dx. That's what we have written, right? Now, what should be taken as capital A here? This is equal to, what is capital A? 1 by B minus A integral dx by A minus x plus, what is capital B? 1 by A minus B integral dx by B minus x. Do you remember that? This can be taken as 1 by B minus A integral dx by A minus x. You can check in first order equation to be derived. This is minus ln of a minus x. So minus ln a minus x, which is nothing but log base e, plus 1 by a minus b minus ln b minus x we will get. Now in this you can observe that here b minus a can be written as 1 by a minus b ln a minus x. This could be written as minus 1 by a minus b ln b minus x, such that a minus b can be taken common. If you take it common in logarithms, this is equal to 1 by a minus b taken in common ln minus becomes a division. We all know that a minus x by b minus x. Now this is integration on LHS. RHS we have taken already. Integral k to dt must be taken as k to t plus c. Let us equate that complete equation. Now you can completely note down up to here what is integral of LHS. We got 1 by a minus b ln a minus x by b minus x we have to get for integral of LHS side. So check that carefully, you can note it down, because we are going to rub this and we are going to check the next condition of equating LHS integration and RHS equation. What was originally, remember this, 1 by a minus b ln a minus x by b minus x. Now here integration of dx by a minus x b minus x k to dt was our initial equation. What is for LHS? We got 1 by a minus b ln a minus x by b minus x must be equal to RHS integration k to t plus c. How to find out c? At t equal to 0, the reacted amount x must be equal to 0, because initially nothing should have reacted. Number of times to calculate c, the same thing we have used. 1 by a minus b ln a by b, because these two terms become 0. k2 into 0, that term becomes 0. So what is c? 1 by a minus b ln a by b equal to c. Substitute that in this equation, and what we will get as a second order rate equation, 1 by a minus b ln a minus x by b minus x is equal to k to t plus 1 by a minus b ln a by b. That's what we have got as c, ln a by b. Now get this side, and what we will get in common? 1 by a minus b ln a minus x by b minus x minus ln a by b. We have got this side is equal to k to t. This could be written as k to t must be equal to 1 by a minus b. Minus becomes a division. So a minus x, b minus x divided by a by b. This gets reciprocated as ln b by a minus x by b minus x. So this is rate equation of a second order reaction if it starts with different initial concentration. If it starts with different initial concentrations. So k to t must be equal to 1 by a minus b ln b by a minus x by b minus x is the rate equation of a second order reaction. A plus b gives rise to product starting with different initial concentrations. Check that carefully how to get the equation. In this, suppose if we take any one of the reactant in excess, let us see how we will get a pseudo first order reaction. If we take any one of the reactant molecule in excess, let us suppose A is in excess. So A is very much greater than B and A is very much greater than the reacted amount X also, which implies A minus B will be equal to A, A minus X also will be equal to A, because B and X are negligible amounts compared to A. When A is taken in large excess, any one of the, for example, acidic ester hydrolysis, in that we have checked that it is a first order reaction, although it has two molecules in the equation. What are those two molecules in the equation? CH3, COO, C2H5 plus H2O gives rise to CH3, COOH plus C2H5OH. Have you observed in that we took only the change in concentration of ester influences the rate of reaction, but not the water, because it is taken in excess. In such cases only we call it as pseudo first order reaction. Even another example is inversion of cane sugar. C12H22O11 plus H2O gives rise to what we have taken, glucose plus fructose. It is also same kind of reaction. So have you observed that in both the reactions it is a first order reaction. It is a pseudo first order reaction, because if we take any one of the reactant molecule in excess, it does not influence the rate of reaction. Let us see that how. Suppose A reactant, initial concentration of A reactant is taken in excess. That is, what is initial concentration of A reactant? We have taken this A is very much greater than B. So as it is very much greater than B, it is also surely very much greater than the reacted amount, because very negligible amount compared to excess will be reacted. So what A minus B will become equal to A. A minus X will become equal to A. If what is taken in excess? Initial concentration of A is taken in excess. In the sense, you have taken small a is very high value compared to B, and small a is very high value compared to X, which implies A minus B becomes equal to A minus X becomes equal to A. Substitute in this and get the rate equation. K2T must be equal to, instead of 1 by A minus B, we write only 1 by A. Ln B by A. This doesn't vary. A minus X becomes once again A by B minus X. So this A gets cancelled. K2 is equal to 1 by TA. Ln A got cancelled. B by B minus X. Is it not same as a first order reaction except this A? What is first order reaction state equation? K1 equal to 1 by T Ln A by A minus X. Do you remember that? In the same way, concentration of B by B minus X. Except one of the differences here. In few cases of the problems, for competitive exams, you have to remember that this kind of question also will be asked. They'll ask you to find the rate constant of a pseudo first order reaction. They mention that one is taken in excess, and its concentration which is taken in excess will be given in the question. In that case, you can't apply a normal first order state equation. This is the rate equation of pseudo first order reaction. Remember that second order reaction, how it turns up into a pseudo first order reaction when we take one of the reactant in excess. We are showing that this is very, very important for the competitive exams point of view. That is, K2 must be equal to 1 by TA, which is given in excess. That value should be put here if they are mentioned in the equation. Surely they give it. Ln B by B minus X. This is given as usual. For a pseudo first order reaction, you can't apply first order rate equation to solve it, because one of the reactant which is in excess, that amount also is included in the rate equation. So this is the rate equation of pseudo first order reaction. Pseudo first order reaction. So when pseudo first order reactions rate constant, if they ask us to calculate it, you have to take K2 rate constant must be equal to 1 by TA ln P by B minus X. So check the complete derivation slowly, clearly once again. For both 2A gives rise to products, it's like an nth order rate equation, same derivation. You can apply that equation there directly to get that. And A plus B gives rise to products with the different concentrations. You have to check one by one what is partial fractions, what is capital A, what is capital B, how we have derived it. If you check that slowly and clearly, you will understand this rate equation, and this is very important to understand it for the competitive exam point of view. Now, what is unit of rate constant of a second order reaction? This also we have already discussed and derived it for nth order, and in the same way we will check that. What is unit of rate constant for a unit of rate constant of nth order reaction? What we will get here for an nth order reaction? You can clearly observe that here we got mole per liter to the power of 1 minus n per time. Do you remember that? For a second order reaction, n must be equal to, for a second order reaction, as we are discussing about second order reaction. For a second order reaction, n must be equal to 2. Then we will get moles per liter to the power of 1 minus 2 per time. What is 1 minus 2? Minus 1. Minus 1 in the sense this becomes per mole liter per time, or it could be written as liter per mole per time. They can ask in any way. In any one of the questions, if this is the unit of rate constant, you can identify directly it is a second order reaction. So rate constant unit if it was given as liter per mole per second, per minute, or per day, or per year, per time, anything. If it was given that as a unit of a rate constant, you can directly identify it is a second order reaction. So this is the unit of rate constant of a second order reaction. Now let us see the examples of second order reaction, and its T half or any time period is inversely proportional to A power 2 minus 1. So half life or T 40% or T 80% of a second order reaction is inversely proportional to the initial concentration. That is, if initial concentration is double, its time period will be halved, because they are inversely proportional. As we have seen in the previous case, you can write it as T half 1 by T half 2 must be equal to A2 by A1, as they are inversely proportional. So you can solve the problems anything related to this. T half 1 by T half 2 for a second order reaction must be equal to A2 by A1. Here it need not be T half, it can be T 40%, T 50%, T 25%, T 75%, anything. So remember, T half 1 by T half 2, time period 1 by time period 2 must be A2 by A1 for a second order reaction. Now let us see few examples of a second order reactions. Examples of second order reactions. For example, saponification of ester. Saponification of ester. So what is saponification of ester here? CH3, COO, C2H5 plus OH minus in the presence of an alkali. It produces CH3COO minus plus C2H5OH. The mechanism for this reaction we learn in organic chemistry. acidic ester hydrolysis or hydrolysis of ester in the presence of an alkali. Both. See, acidic ester hydrolysis is a first order reaction. It is a pseudo first order reaction. Remember that difference carefully. Acidic ester hydrolysis is a pseudo first order reaction. Saponification of ester is a second order reaction. It is of the type A plus B gives rise to products. Now next, 2NOCl gives rise to 2NO plus Cl2. This is an example of a second order reaction. Reverse of this reaction can be taken as an example for third order reaction. This is an example for second order reaction. 2NO2 gives rise to 2NO plus O2 is also an example of second order reaction. So what all the examples of second order is there in the NCERT textbook has to be learnt, and which is compulsory. S2 O8 minus 2 plus 2I minus gives rise to 2SO4 minus 2 plus I2 is also an example of a second order reaction. Similarly, H2O2 plus 2H plus 2I minus gives rise to 2H2O plus I2. This also is a second order reaction. So you can learn all the examples in NCERT books also. And remember, these are important second order examples, second order reaction examples. So remember, second order reaction is of two types. 2A gives rise to products. When it is 2A gives rise to products, or A plus B gives rise to products. 2A gives rise to products, or A plus B gives rise to products starting with same concentration. Starting with same concentration. In both the cases, we will get rate equation as, what is rate equation in that condition? K2 is equal to 1 by T into 1 by A minus X minus 1 by A. This is what we have derived from nth order rate equation. Now, suppose if it is of the type A plus B gives rise to products starting with the different initial concentration A and B. Then what is the rate equation we have got? We have derived K2 must be equal to. Now if you take this second kind, A plus B gives rise to products starting with different initial concentrations A and B. Then K2 is equal to 1 by T, A minus B, Ln, B by A minus X by B minus X. This is what we have derived. So this is the rate equation when it has started with two different, A plus B gives rise to products with different initial concentrations. So T half of a second order reaction is inversely proportional to initial concentration. If there is any kind of question given, basing on that, two types of problems could be asked. What is that? If T half is inversely proportional to A, if they have proved in the question, it means that it is a second order reaction. And if T half 1 is given and A2 and A1 are given, and if they ask you to find T half 2, what is the formula? T half 1 by T half 2 equal to A2 by A1, as they are inversely proportional. So basing on that, any one of the unknown things could be found in that condition. Now what is rate constant of a second order reaction? Rate constant of second order reaction is liter per mole per time. So in any problem solving, if they have kept the unit of rate constant as liter per mole per time, you can identify that it is a second order reaction.